I learned a very, very important lesson about perspective when I was really young and starting out in ministry. So I had gone out to a local community to do an outreach, and I was speaking to young children, to teenagers and stuff like that. And I remember I asked a young kid, I was like, so what's your dream, what's your goal in life? And as I was used to hearing, hear kids say, I want to be president, I want to own a business and this and that. And he was like, oh, I want to grow up and be like this uncle that has a keke and his own business. So for context, for those who don't know, keke is a tricycle. I'll try and put a picture up here so you see what. And that was the height of his life goals. And I remember I spent so much time telling him, you can be so much more than that. You can be president, you can be this, you can be that. And I could see that it didn't compute to him, because in his world and in his perspective, that was the most successful person he knew. That was the most successful person he had seen. From where he was coming from, that was a massive measure of success for him. This was a kid that was not in school at the time. This was a kid that was living in, what we would call the slums. And it changed my entire view on the privilege we have of perspective, of the privilege we have of seeing great people and aspiring to great people, of seeing great businesses and aspiring to own great businesses, of seeing great successes in ministry, of seeing miracles and aspiring to those miracles. Because at the end of the day, what you see shapes your perspective. No wonder when Lot left Abraham, the first thing God told him to do was to raise up his eyes and look. He said, what do you see? And you know what's important? God told him, he said, as far as your eyes can see, I will give unto you. So sometimes what you can achieve is directly proportional to how much you can see. So today I want to ask you, what can you see? You've got this. God bless you.